the dunk tank, the ring toss, the shooting gallery, and the frog leap. You've seen them all at county fairs, circuses, theme parks, and arcades. With a bit of persuasion from a loved one or a taunting carny, you play these games to test your luck, skill, strength, and know-how, trying to prove that you have what it takes to bring home the life-sized Scooby-Doo plushie. Now Global Star Software is bringing Carnival games to the Wii, so you can enjoy these diversions without your girlfriend getting winks from the man with the missing fingers and a glass eye.
And the coin is on the plate.
You start out by creating a character as wacky or burly as you like, and then strolling through 5 festival lanes to find the attractions you want to try. Each lane features 4 main games, a sideshow booth, and 2 unlockable super games. In Carnival games, you always have a chance to win something, even if you don't have a perfect throwing arm. Depending on your performance, you'll be rewarded with tickets and a small, medium, or large prize. Tickets can be spent at attractions, such as the fortune teller's booth, or be used to unlock various costume pieces, like ninja and monkey masks. Other costumes can be found by clicking on unusual objects in the lanes, or fulfilling hidden goals in games like knocking over a set of green milk bottles, or launching your frog onto the central lily pad. The prize system is open to a little wheeling and dealing. If you can't score well enough to land a huge prize, you can trade groups of smaller prizes to upgrade your reward. And the biggest trophies are only available by trading in 2 large prizes. Small and medium prizes are just blurry images, and larger prizes are simple 3D toys. So the trinkets themselves aren't too appealing. However, collecting extra large prizes will also unlock super games, which are trickier variations on earlier challenges. Carnival games is amusing as a single-player experience, but it's really suited for play with friends and family. You can take turns tossing balls at milk jugs or shoot hoops side by side. The game also provides an option to use a single controller to accommodate players who haven't invested in extra remotes just yet.
Quit crying, they aren't real ducks.
While it isn't a game that'll take 10 hours to complete, Carnival Games does a good job of providing incentives for players to keep improving their scores, and it doesn't force you to trudge through the single-player option before you can play with friends. Without counting super game variations or sideshow booths, there are 20 classic Carnival games to enjoy. Each one is distinct and features a Wii control scheme appropriate for the task at hand. You'll make underhanded rolls in Alley Ball, you'll catapult frogs onto lily pads, you'll nimbly twist and turn the controller with nerves of steel, you'll hold the remote like a dart to pop balloons, and you'll shoot basketballs into those hoops that are always smaller than they should be. Most of the games control naturally, taking just a bit of experimentation to nail the strength of a toss. However, there are a handful that don't fare so well. Test Your Strength is exhausting and overcomplicated, requiring you to furiously shake the remote to raise power, and then hammer the controller downward while pressing the trigger to strike the bell. Hole in One makes a good start, but then it hides the second hole behind your player's head without letting you adjust the view. And the ring toss is slightly hampered by a wide angle that makes it hard to judge depth. Throwing games like Kapow, Spilled Milk, and the Dunk Tank take an interesting approach. Rather than giving players control of where they aim, the game features quickly moving targets, and players have to time their pitches carefully to hit the right spot. The mechanic is fun and challenging in its own right, but it does detract slightly from authenticity. The sideshow booths are fun diversions, but prove to be just as useless as their real-life counterparts. There's a fortune teller's booth, a claw machine, a coin toss game, and the meter O Love, which asks you to hold a vibrating controller up to your heart so it can tell you what kind of lover you are. Despite a few concerns, the majority of games here are winners, and they're instantly familiar thanks to their real-world roots.
You might want to invest in some spectacles.
Boys and girls of all ages, welcome!
Carnival Games clearly hasn't gone over the top with its presentation. It's simple and fun, and some parts look better than others. Even though the game doesn't make use of Mii's, Global Star's humans clearly borrow the style, with big heads and missing appendages. Unfortunately, carnies in the park are liberally recycled from game to game, which is a bit curious when you consider how many options there are to customize characters. In spite of the cartoony look of the people, the games mimic their real-life counterparts quite closely, and the Havoc physics engine is used to add weight to tumbling milk jars and realistic bounces to alley balls. While it's easy to bemoan the abundance of minigame collections on the Wii, Carnival Games is certainly one of the better examples. It does a good job of recreating timeless fairground classics, and because they're so recognizable, this is really a game that you can play with friends and family members of any age, and they'll instantly get it.